Trey Davis.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you are already subscribed and you already been here, welcome back. But if this is your first video watching of mine, I'm Janisha. And go ahead and subscribe so you can keep up with the vids and keep coming back. Y'all, this leave out about to be bothering me this whole video. I got this brush right here. And this lighting is kind of bad, but I'm gonna make it work. This is my first like sit down story time video. All of my videos are usually vlogs and stuff like that, but you know, this is gonna be my first story time, and I'm gonna be telling y'all how I found out I was pregnant. So yeah, I'm currently 22 weeks. I am 22 weeks pregnant. My gender reveal was a couple weekends ago, and I uploaded that video like last week. So go check that out. I'm having a boy. Yes, a little boy. And it's so funny because everybody said it was a boy. Literally everybody. First, it was my grandma. She said it was going to be a big-headed little boy. And I had a feeling she was right because when my sister got pregnant, she knew that she was going to have a girl. So I had a feeling she was right. Then my boyfriend's grandma said, oh yeah, it's a little boy. So both of them claimed it from day one. So I had a feeling, but I was still shocked. I didn't know it could go either way. I was shocked, but we're both happy. My boyfriend definitely wanted a boy, so he's hyped. So yeah, we're both happy. My due date is October 10th, 10/10/22. That's an angel number right there. So I love that day. If he's born on that day, I love that day. It's his birthday. But yeah, we're so excited. 21 weeks. So I'm gonna tell y'all how I found out I was pregnant, what symptoms I experienced. This might be a little TMI, because I'm gonna tell y'all, this is my first pregnancy, my first baby, all of that, y'all. So everything I'm experiencing right now is for the first time. My brother calling me, hold up. Yeah, I don't know where I left off at, but the most recent things that I started feeling is I started feeling kicks a couple weeks ago. So my very first kick, I was laying in the bed. It was like 9 in the morning, and I felt 3, like, my best way to explain it is like a muscle spasm in your stomach. Like, everybody kept telling me, my mama was like, it's gonna feel like butterflies, it's gonna feel like flutters. But no, it don't feel like no flutters. It feel like something, like, it kind of scared me. I was like, whoa. And it was 3 quick ones. Like, boop, boop, boop. I said, oh Lord, babe, the baby kicking. And it's funny because when I went to the doctor, she was like, you feeling kick shit? And I'm like, no. I'm waiting, patiently waiting to feel some kicks. I ain't felt nothing. And then when we saw the ultrasound, the legs was kicking. He was moving all around everywhere. So I'm like, why I can't feel it yet? And they're like, just give it a little time. Cause you a little bigger, your stomach a little bigger. Give it a little time, you're gonna feel it. I was like, okay, sure enough. So now, like today, he been on the move. This baby is active, y'all. This an active little boy, little D1, little boy. He active in here. He moves all day long. And like today, he been kicking on my bladder. I'm like, I be feeling like I gotta pee, but I don't really gotta pee. He just kicking me. I'm like, man, but I love it. Like, every time I feel it, I just love it. It's so, everybody that's experienced it, you know, it's like you can't really put words to it. It's just like a whole new feeling. Like, you know that you growing this life inside of you, but once you start feeling them move around, it's just like to a whole new level, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna try to show y'all my bump. 21 weeks. This is what 21 weeks is looking like. Yeah, and the doctor at the ultrasound, the doctor said he's measuring big. So I don't know if that means that he could come early. It's still time for him to like slow down, you know, but he's measuring big, so might be a big little boy. When I first found out, let me tell y'all, this has been so crazy this whole time. Let me tell y'all from the beginning. So it was probably like, I believe I took my first test January 30th. And I'm gonna put it up on the screen if I'm wrong, but I believe it was January 30th. And the whole week before that, I just did not feel good at all. I felt so nauseous and I just felt out of it. I was sleeping all day. And I remember specifically, my boyfriend was like, babe, is you good? Because I was literally sleeping all day. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't feel good. Like, I just felt nauseous and tired. That was my best ways to explain it. I didn't feel good at all. And then the main thing that was bothering me, this is a little TMI, but my nipples, oh my God. Like, I had never felt no nipple pain like that. Even throughout my periods and stuff, I had never felt like just in my bra, they hurt so bad. Like any type of cold sensation, oh my God. That pain was so crazy. Like, I didn't understand what was going on. I'm like, my period not coming, so what is it? What's going on? What is it? And then I actually did have a little bit of bleeding. I bled for like a day, and that was it. So I didn't really know what was going on. And my boyfriend was like, well, we need to get a pregnancy test. I was like, boy, please. Like, that was the last thing I thought it could have been, honestly. I was like, we do not need to go buy no pregnancy test. For what? I am not pregnant. Like, I honestly thought that was the last possible thing it could be. I thought I was just tired. I was just napping every day. The nipples is what really got me, because that pain was excruciating. Like, felt like they could cut through glass. That's how much pain I was in. And so we went and got a test. And that's how much I didn't think that I was pregnant. I didn't take the test for like 3-4 days after we bought it. So we had bought it like earlier in that week, and I didn't even take it. It was just sitting there until he was like, all right, babe, you like for real, take this test, dude, so we can know at least, you know what I'm saying? We need to know, make sure that's not what's wrong with you. I was like, okay. But I knew to get it accurate, you had to take it first thing in the morning. So when I woke up to pee that morning, I woke up at like 5 in the morning having to pee. So I'm like, okay, this is the first time I'm about to pee. Let me remember to go ahead and take this test, just get it out the way. So I took the little test or whatever. It said wait 3 minutes. I wait my 3 minutes and I look at it, and the line was there, but it won't there. I'm gonna put the picture up here so y'all can see what I was talking about. It was there, but it won't there. So in my head, I'm like, oh, this line not dark, so that's not positive. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So on the inside, I was still a little nervous. I'm like, so there's a little line there. There's a little something there. It just won't dark. You feel me? It was just a little something. So I'm looking at you know how it come with the instructions. People keep calling me, interrupting my story. Nobody wanted to call me all day. So I get up here trying to record. Now everybody want to call me all of a sudden. But yeah, like I was saying, it was a faint line. And so on the instructions, it said a faint line is still a positive. So in the back of my head, I'm like, I don't really know. But I just went back to sleep. I was like, I'll show him when we wake up. It's 5 a.m. I need to go back to sleep right now. So I went back to sleep. Then a couple hours later, we wake up. I was like, babe, come look at this. And he was like, oh shit, you pregnant? And I was like, you think this is positive? He was like, yes, this is a positive. I was like, I don't know. That's all I could say. I don't know. He was like, I'm telling you, look at the instructions and look at the line. So I sent a picture to my sister because my mind was everywhere. Like, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know. My mind was everywhere. So I said, Jazz, quick question. And I sent her the picture. I said, is this a positive? She said, yes. I was like, huh? What? She was like, yes, girl, that's a positive. It's a line right there. And I was just like, huh? What? Like, my mind was just everywhere. And she was like, go get another one to be sure. But yeah, that's a positive. So he was hyped. Like, he was so hyped. He was like, oh, you pregnant? Like, and I was just so like confused. I'm like, what? How? Huh? Like, what? I still ain't believe it. So we go to the store, we go get the actual digital one. Jasmine was like, get the clear blue, the digital. So we go actually get the digital, and it came in like a 2-pack. So I took both of those. I think I took the regular one that day and waited to take the digital one the next day to make sure it was like accurate, you know, taking it the first time you pee. And sure enough, the other one was positive. It didn't really kick in until I took the digital though, because the digital say the word. So it didn't really kick in until I seen the word pregnant. And I'm like, oh no, this is real. When you see the actual word, it make it more real. So I was like, oh wow, yeah, I'm pregnant. And then I didn't want to tell my mama yet. Like, I was just still shocked. I was shocked. So I was telling my sister, and she was like, yeah, you need to call the doctor. They're gonna make you an appointment. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. And I was feeling a little overwhelmed, honestly, because honestly, y'all, I've had PCOS for as long as I can remember. If you don't know what PCOS is, it's polycystic ovarian syndrome. I've had that since, I think, 15 or 16. That's when I started, like, that's when I first got diagnosed for it. And that's when they first put me on birth control for it, because it caused my periods to be real, like, irregular. I had like heavy bleeding, all of that. PCOS is a lot. I could do like a whole nother video on everything that comes with that, because it's a lot. But basically, I didn't think that I could really get pregnant. Like, honestly, I didn't think I could get pregnant because of my PCOS. My symptoms were so bad. Like, it causes you to gain a lot of weight, and you just have a lot of like fertility issues. And with most women, it makes it harder for you to get pregnant. And so because my symptoms of PCOS were so bad, I didn't think that I could get pregnant. So I was just so confused. I was like, this is crazy. So we made the doctor's appointment, and I was like, I gotta find a new doctor to go to, because my usual OBGYN, their office was closing. So I'm like, this is too much. I gotta find somewhere new. I still didn't want to tell my mama. And you know, you be asking your mama like, Mom, send me the number to the doctor. She don't make my appointments no more, but she got all the numbers, all the information and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, I gotta find all this stuff. My sister don't live here. I live in Richmond. She live in Suffolk. So she just had my niece, but she live in Suffolk. So I can't go to her doctor. I'm like, I gotta find a doctor. And I ended up finding the new office where my old doctor was, trying to get an appointment with them, and they couldn't schedule me till like a month later. So I'm like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to wait. And my boyfriend was excited. I was excited, nervous, anxious, everything. And it's just so funny because at this time when this was happening, we literally had just started planning like our next 5 years. We had a 5-year plan planned out, mapped out, like boom, boom, boom. This is what we doing. We sticking to it. It's gonna go like this. We had planned it out to a T. We was just about to start trucking school. If y'all don't know, me and my boyfriend, we went to trucking school together to drive trucks teams, do team trucking. And we was gonna run it up. We started a YouTube channel for it. We was planning to go over the road after our lease was up in the apartment. We was gonna run it up in the truck. 24/7 non-stop till about 2-3 years, come back home, buy our plot of land and build our house. That was our plan. We had it all planned out. So this hit and I'm like, wow, like really right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? And we both went to college and college didn't work out for both of us. And, you know, at this point in time, by January, we had been together for a little over a year. So it was like we was in the apartment and we was planning our next step. You know what I'm saying? We knew what we wanted. We had our goals lined up. But God's timing is perfect. God's timing will never be wrong. He's always going to give you what you need at the right time. So, oh, Lord, my phone about to die, so I got to hurry up. So I think I ended up, like, I was just so emotional because my hormones was all over the place. I ended up telling my grandma. And my grandma told me, she was like, Janisha, God's timing is perfect. And she said, you can't never question God's timing. He's going to put it in your hands at the right time, exactly when you need it. And she was like, y'all two are literally going to be the best parents in the world. You need to just relax, trust God, follow his plan. And I was like, you right. You right. You know what I'm saying? I was nervous because I just felt like when we had our first child, I wanted us to feel like we had our life together. But there's really no perfect timing for that. You know what I'm saying? There's no perfect timing for you to know that you never really going to be fully prepared for a child. You could do the best that you can, you know. So we just had to grow ourselves up quick and get ready for it, you know. So those first couple weeks was a lot. And then we ended up having a scare, I think a couple weeks before my actual OBGYN appointment. And I got some footage from that. If I could find it, I'll put it in right here. But I ended up having to go to the emergency room. I think at this point I had told my mom, because I couldn't hold it in that long. I had told my mom. I didn't tell my dad, and I told her not to tell my dad, but I told my mom. And we had to end up going to the emergency room just to be sure that everything was okay, you know, especially since I hadn't had my first appointment yet. But all it was a hemorrhage, basically. A hemorrhage where the placenta had like moved. The placenta had like disconnected and moved. So it was causing a little bleeding. But it was like, yeah, this is normal. You know, you're fine. The baby's fine. But that was my first, you know, all of this was new to me. I had no idea what any of this was going to be like. So all of that was new to both of us, really. So, yeah. after that, and then after we really got to hear the heartbeat the first time, go to that first doctor's appointment, and had that first little ultrasound, that's when it really got real. I'm like, wow. And from the time we seen the first ultrasound and you see that little nugget, like it's so tiny. It looked like a little peanut. Then when we went to my 20-week ultrasound and seen the baby, and you could see the head, the arms, the hands, the legs, the feet. It's just amazing, y'all. Our bodies are amazing. It's just, I love it. I love seeing the growth, like seeing from how your baby started to what your baby look like now. And then you think about, I'm halfway done. So in another 4 months, I'm gonna be holding my baby. It's so crazy to me. It is so crazy to me, but like I was saying, God's timing is literally perfect, and he will never place more on you than what you can handle. So that's how I know this is what was meant for us at this time. And yeah, my symptoms, my first trimester wasn't that bad, honestly. I never had morning sickness. Like, the most I had was nauseousness, but I never threw up, morning sickness. I'm in the toilet throwing up. I never had that. So I'm lucky, because my doctor was like, ooh, girl, you lucky. I'm lucky. I never had that. I was like, when I was doing hair every day, and I would be standing up, all of a sudden I would get so hot and feel like I'm about to fall out. Like, I would get lightheaded and hot randomly. Like, I had to sit down, drink my water, cool off. Like, I hated it. I hated it because it would slow me down. And the doctor was like, yeah, that's your blood pumping and this, that, and the third. I hated that. But after my first trimester, that really like slowed down. I haven't had no problems with that since then. My first trimester, I was eating like crazy. And I never had no like specific cravings. Everybody was like, what you craving? I ain't had no specific cravings. I just wanted food. Like, not no sweet stuff, not no cake, no candy, no cookies. I wanted food, like some chicken. Like, my favorite thing was the steak and cheese. I used to wake him up and be like, babe, can you go make me a steak and cheese, please, with extra mayonnaise? I know that is so bad, y'all. That is so bad. All them carbs, but I did not care. Like, I was just grubbing like crazy. And then when I got to my second trimester, I was confused because my appetite was kind of gone. I was confused. I thought something was wrong with me. I told the doctor, I was like, I'm not hungry like I was. And she was like, well, your stomach is like being pushed because the baby's growing bigger. So your stomach is being pushed kind of smaller. So that's normal. And I was like, okay, well, good. Because I knew you to slow down. I was getting crazy with the food. I was getting real crazy. But yeah, now my appetite's not that bad. I still don't really crave nothing like that. It's like here and there randomly, I'm like, dang, I really want some chicken wings. Like, but nothing crazy. Somebody was like, you been wanting pickles? I'm like, no. Nothing like that. No. Ice cream, no. I ain't really had no other than the typical. Actually, when my second trimester started, I was cramping. To me, it felt like cramps. That's how I explained it to my doctor. Like, my whole lower stomach, it felt like period cramps. Like, I was cramping so bad. And I'm telling her, like, is this normal? My doctor got tired of me. I'm like, is this normal? Is this normal? Because I don't like this. The cramps was getting to me. They're like, yeah, it's your growth. It's the ligaments. What is it called? I'll put it up here. Basically, your ligaments is stretching and growing while your uterus is stretching. Midnight, do not knock this thing over. She down here sniffing. Your ligaments is stretching and growing. So that's where that, like, you know, stretching, achy feeling is coming from. I'm like, okay, I didn't like that. I still sleep on my stomach, y'all. Like, I try to do the, I know, like, I'm at the point where you're not supposed to sleep on your back. You're supposed to mainly sleep on your sides. But my side is so uncomfortable for me. So I go between my side, stomach all night. I toss and turn all night, really. I gotta, like, turn, put the stomach over here, go like this, flip it back. So, yeah. In the beginning, I was peeing all night long. Like, I used to get up to pee like 5-6 times. Now it's probably like 2 times. But yeah, I was peeing a lot. The baby be kicking on my bladder, making it feel like I gotta pee. But yeah, not that much. The main thing I've been really focusing on is making sure I'm staying hydrated, drinking a lot of water. And before this, I did good with my water. Like, I would be on my boyfriend about drinking anything other than water. I'm like, listen, all the sugar you like to eat, you don't need to drink nothing but straight water. You know what I'm saying? To keep your system rolling. But in the beginning, I did good with my water. Towards like a couple weeks into it, I got tired of the water. And I started wanting more juice and stuff like that. I don't drink soda, but I started drinking ginger ale. That's the only soda I really drank. So I was into the ginger ale and juice. But I started feeling like I wasn't really hydrated. I was getting lightheaded. And like I said, when I would be doing hair and stuff, feeling faint. So I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work. I had to get back on my game, up my water game back up. So for the rest of my pregnancy, I'm gonna make sure I keep up with that. Make sure I keep up with eating good. Once I get to that point, y'all, I'm gonna start drinking that Oprah water. I know if you on TikTok, you done seen it. If you like 35 weeks, you start drinking the Oprah water. It looks so nasty. But so you don't tear, because I want to do it natural. I don't want no epidural, no nothing. I really want to do a home birth. For my boyfriend, like, nah, not for the first one. He ain't ready for that. Not for the first one. He like, nah, we need to be in a hospital somewhere. But I'm that type of person. Like, I want to do everything natural. My next babies, I'm having home births in the pool, in the birthing pool. I can guarantee you that. But this one, I'm going to hold off. But I don't want no medicine, no epidural, no none of that, y'all. So I'm going to get them yoga stretches in. Hopefully, he ain't too big. Because we both got big heads. Oh, let me get this straight. Y'all, my phone had died. Then I had to go take the dog out. And now the sun want to come out. Sun could have been out this whole time. But it's cool. This was my first, like, sit down story time type video. So I'm going to start doing more of these, you know. I'm going to start being more active on my channel. I'm definitely going to document the rest of this pregnancy. And of course, once the baby is born and all of that. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I posted my gender reveal vlog and then my 20-week ultrasound vlog. So go check those out. Those were my last 2 videos. But yeah, y'all. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Definitely TikTok. That's where, you know, trying to get it popping over there. But yeah, if you have any questions, you know, or anything, just comment below. Thank you for watching. I'm trying to figure out, did I miss anything? I don't think so.